Go on, people. This is your boy Rome. Welcome back to the channel. You guys are watching the Fourth Official, that place where you can get that Jamaican American views on football with a heavy bias towards Manchester United. And as you know, the Fourth Official tackles the hardest questions out there so that we can give you our views and make sure that we express ourselves in the best way we know how. But before we get into it, people, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends and family. We want to create a like-minded community where we can talk about football, the Reggae Boys, Manchester United, and anything that comes to mind. Make sure you drop it in the comment section as well. So without any further ado, referee, blow the whistle. Let's go. So people, yes, we're back again with another video. But today we're going to switch it a little bit because we want to ask this very important question. Does the Reggae Boys have an opening? Does the JFF now have an opening to snatch Mason Greenwood right out of the clutches of the FA? Can we now move to taking Mason Greenwood from England and have him play for Jamaica? I think we can, people. I think we definitely can, and I'm going to give you a reason why I think we absolutely can take Mason Greenwood out of the English FA and have him play for JFF. Check this out. As you guys know, England lost in the Euro finals and they lost on penalties, right? The last 3 kicks at the penalty shootout was Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and Bukayo Saka, right? 3 young black men playing football in England, right? Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho didn't get much game time throughout the competition, yet they were asked to come on. They didn't even get much game time in that particular game. They were brought on 1 minute before the end of the last whistle in extra time, just so that they could kick penalties, and they both missed the penalties. England didn't win the Euros. And what followed that penalty shootout was absolutely disgustingly amazing, because these young men were abused beyond measure by these English fans. I'm not talking about getting beat up. I'm not talking about someone spitting at them. I'm talking about being racially abused all over social media. Left, right, and center. They were sent emojis after emojis depicting monkeys, racially abused. Marcus Rashford had a mural in his hometown that was vandalized. But that's not the story of this all, you know. The main reason why I think Jamaica has an opportunity right now to snatch Mason Greenwood is that we can show Mason Greenwood that if he comes and play for Jamaica, signs with the JFF, he doesn't even have to worry about the pressures of England. He doesn't have to be worried about being racially abused by English fans if they fail again. He doesn't have to worry about the pressures of the Euros. All he needs to do is come and fly straight for Jamaica. His biggest challenge in making it to the World Cup is the USA, Mexico, Costa Rica, maybe Honduras. If he comes here and plays well and gets Jamaica to the World Cup, Mason Greenwood will be playing in the World Cup, playing against the biggest names. Meanwhile, holding on his position at Manchester United. While we cannot promise him the glamour that England might promise him, we can still promise him a stress-free international career. We can promise him that whenever he goes on international duty and come back, Mason Greenwood won't have to worry about being abused by racist people. He will know that the country that he's representing loves him and love everything about his football. He will know that unlike England fans, they don't just love them when they're winning, but love them when they're losing as well. Because if you realize the English fans only cheer their players whenever they're winning. The moment they lost, they turn against them and start calling them all sorts of racist names. You won't get that playing for Jamaica. This is our opportunity to make a pitch to Mason Greenwood. But can we do it, people? Can we entice Mason Greenwood to the point where we can get him to play for Jamaica? The reason why I say, or I think we can do this, is because Callum Hudson-Odoi, young player from Chelsea, was once touted as one of the best young ballers in England, has been shunned by the FA. And I think Callum Hudson-Odoi has seen what's going on with the young players his age and his friends that he grew up and played football with, realizing that this is not what he wants to get himself into. He has just officially signed and registered to play for Ghana, the country of which his parents hail from. There are a lot of people nowadays who are not necessarily thinking about representing the country of which they were born, because that country in which they were born does not necessarily represent them. Can we persuade man like Mason Greenwood to join us? Can we persuade man like Ethan Laird to join us? These young men are men for the future. I can see us continuously qualifying for the World Cup if we were to secure these young ballers in our ranks to play for Jamaica. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think it's possible for us to grab Mason Greenwood by the scruff of his neck and say, come run ball for the Reggae Boys? I think we can. And sticking on the theme of the JFF, I want to touch on something real quick, something that nobody is talking about. You guys realize that Andre Gray is in the squad, right? Andre Gray is in the Reggae Boy squad. Couple things about that. One, Andre Gray got called in because Javon East got injured, which means that Andre Gray, this entire time, was eligible to play in the Gold Cup. So JFF, can I ask you something? Why was Andre Gray not in the original 23? Initially, I thought he was not in the 23 because he didn't have a passport. But it turns out man does have a passport, in which case the JFF is not really communicating with us about any one of the players that represent in the country. As fans, we have a right to know whether the players that supposed to represent the country is eligible. We didn't know Andre Gray was eligible, but now we know that he was eligible. He was just not picked to represent the country, which means the coaching staff, the Reggae Boys coaching staff, seem to think that Shamar Nicholson, Corey Burke, Javon East are all strikers who are better than Andre Gray. Andre Gray, who brought Radford to the Premiership this season. Andre Gray, who has goals on top of goals in the Premier League, an experienced 31-year-old striker. And you're telling me that Corey Burke, Shamar Nicholson, and Javon East is better than Andre Gray. What does that mean for a man like Mikel Antonio? Does Mikel Antonio have his passport? Did Jamaica Football Federation decide that Mikel Antonio is not good enough for this World Cup, so they're not going to play him? We don't know because no one is telling us anything. The JFF is just the incompetence knows no bounds from. So there's a lot of people out there right now who are confused as to why Shamar Nicholson played the entire game last game and why we didn't see Andre Gray. Well, we didn't see Andre Gray because the coaching staff obviously does not rate Andre Gray. Andre Gray is currently the 4th ranked striker according to the coaching staff in Jamaica football team right now. He got called up because Javon East got injured. Think about that for a second. Our coaching staff does not think that Andre Gray is good enough. That's the only explanation. People are saying, oh, he just joined the camp, that's why he didn't start. The man is not going to get a look in. He's going to be treated like how Marcus Rashford was treated in the last tournament in England playing the Euros. Think about it. If Andre Gray was thought to be our number one striker, Andre Gray would have been on the 23-man squad. What is going on with the JFF family? What is going on with this coaching staff? Maybe it's just me, but I think these men don't have a clue what they're doing. But you tell me. Looking forward to the game on Friday. This has been the 4th Official. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Share this with your friends and family. Bless up yourself. Bless up others. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Manaz.